Hello and welcome back to the show. As always, I'm your driver Spencer, sitting shotgun is Breck, and this week we're the podcast asking the important questions. Like, are sets really that dangerous? Is Hollywood just like Vancouver? And is going to prison really worth it to hunt ghosts? This is Be Afraid of the Dark.
Didn't seem worth it.
Are you sure? Because it seems super fun.
It seems fun for maybe just Dean and the way he was raised.
Yeah, Dean fit in a little too well, and it definitely worried Sam. But we'll get to that later.
Get there.
Starting out first is Season 2, Episode 18, Hollywood Babylon, written by Ben Edlund, directed by Philip Segrichia. So, two mainstays.
Why did what's his name, Damien Chazelle, steal from this episode? Why'd he steal?
Yeah, it does. Weirdly feels that way, yes.
Curious.
What I'm hearing is Damien Chazelle. What I'm hearing is Damien Chazelle confirmed Supernatural fan.
I mean, who's
listener
to say?
of this podcast, perhaps.
Who's to say?
He's
we
not.
Can only hope.
Damien Chazelle definitely.
Damien
does not
Chazelle is
podcast.
actually his version of himself in BoJack, where he's a scallop.
I agree with that. Anyway, this is a very cool episode. Takes place on a movie set in a film lot. And gotta love that. That's super fun.
You gotta love that it's only season 2 and they're already like, let's get meta with it.
Yeah.
Let's get crazy.
They do. They get
Let's
pretty
have
meta
fun.
in this one. But we'll get to all the meta stuff.
I love Scream 3.
Starting out, we open on a shot of a cabin in what we believe is the woods. And I would just like to say Texas Chainsaw called. They want their opening shot back.
Yes.
Not the opening shot of Texas Chainsaw, but it looks like out of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie.
Hundo P. Very Evil Dead coded as well.
Very true. A woman bursts out looking for someone. She bumps into him, turns around, freaks out. He runs off. She turns and screams for way too long a period of time, and then says, and we cut to the other side over the shoulder of her, and it's a guy with the camera and another guy holding a tennis ball. And the director calls cut, and whoosh, it's a reveal that this is on a film set.
Yes.
Now, the thing that I like about this is it's so easy to tell that this is not like an actual
100%
thing.
immediately you're like, oh.
Feels like a movie. Feels like they're watching a movie.
Hard to pull off. It's hard to pull off acting like you're acting, and it's hard to pull off like a fake set.
Well, but it's intentional. It's definitely intentional.
Oh yeah.
They're supposed to be like obviously this is a cheesy movie they're making.
Yeah.
Anyway, director walks over, talks to this actress. Her name's Tara
Benchley.
Yeah, Tara Benchley. And he's condescending and annoying, and she's like, "It's the tennis ball. You want to see the concept art?" And it's a giant ghost flame man.
And he's like, "No, remember the tennis ball isn't. It's not going to be a tennis ball. It's going to be." And it looks kind of like Ghost Rider.
It looks exactly like Ghost Rider.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, she walks off. She sits down next to her co-star, who's talking to an old timer who is like an old timer set hand guy.
Awesome.
And he tells him, he's like, "All I'm gonna say is, I feel like I catch looks here all the time, like spooky ghost looks. I finish my job and I go home."
Yeah.
They kind of laugh it off. She goes off to rehearse on her own, and all of a sudden she feels like something's watching her. And she looks up, and he is hanging from the like wires above, blood coming out of his mouth and his eyes. And behind him, for just an instant, is a spooky specter. And then it vanishes. She screams like bloody murder. We cut to the director, and he says, and I quote, "Now that's what I'm talking about."
The movies.
Genuinely so funny. Oh, that's our opening. Very fun, unique opening.
Yeah, good, fun, cold open.
Especially
Again,
with the
on
twist.
the longer side.
This season's been a lot of longer cold opens, but with the twist that comes later, this is even more fun.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, we cut to the studio lot and a tour, like extended golf cart thing.
Yeah, the classic like tour bus, but like set. Yeah,
is driving through, and she's talking. "Oh, this set's been in continuous use for all this time." And we cut inside of it, and Dean's sitting there smiling like a little kid, and he looks off camera and goes, "He's like, this is what I shot Creep Show." Cut to a kid eating an ice cream cone who couldn't care less.
A deeply unimpressed child.
He does not give one shit. I'll let you talk about this next bit. It's pretty funny.
Oh, this is really funny. So I'm sure if you're watching this, you're vaguely aware that Jared Padalecki was on Gilmore Girls for a while and was named Dean, funny enough. And they get to the point of this tour, which was also aired on whatever. Is it the CW or the WB still?
I think it's CW at
whatever.
this point. Distributed by the
yes.
WB or something like that. I don't know.
But anyway, so that's also on this channel at the time, and they just have a funny moment of like, and over here you can see Stars Hollow where Gilmore Girls is shot. Maybe we'll get catch a glimpse of the stars. And Sam goes, whoop, And then he's like, we gotta go, and like gets off the bus. It's a very
Dean's
funny.
looking at him with his little thumbs up, like it's a.
It's so funny. It's a good little funny.
It's a
funny
great little bit. They start walking. The thing about this episode that I love more than anything is how excited Dean is to be on a film set.
He loves it. He should have been there.
He should have been there. He can't get enough. It's his favorite place.
Dean loves any job where he doesn't have to kill things.
Yeah.
Free my boy.
Yeah, true. So he's looking around. He's like, "What? This is awesome. This is all this stuff he's talking about." And he's like, when you said you wanted to come to LA, I thought maybe you meant like a vacation, like swimming pools and movie stars. And
so funny.
And then Sam goes, does this look like swimming pool weather because it's rainy and gloomy? And he's like, it's practically Canadian. They had to cover their bases because they absolutely shoot in Vancouver.
Yeah, which I think is a funny reference to like
genuinely
they're
funny.
like, yeah, we shoot in.
They're like, we're on a film set.
Everywhere shoots in Vancouver.
Let's have fun with it.
I used to be like, oh, I don't want to move to LA for my film career. I want to move to Vancouver.
Yeah, I mean, true.
It's probably more fun.
Probably.
Yeah.
Anyway, we cut inside to where the producer and the director are talking.
Well, they're first discussing that they're like, they have to discuss like, oh, this guy died. It's like, I can't even find him. He seems like he might not even be real. Like he probably used a fake name. And then Dean brings up kind of what we think is going to be the plot of the episode, which is that there's, this long standing history in Hollywood of like cursed film sets and
brings
cursed
up Poltergeist.
movies and brings up Poltergeist.
Well, he's like, so little care for your like heritage or whatever. So he puts it, you're like, Poltergeist?
So
okay.
funny. You're like, dude. He's like, it's like Poltergeist. And Sam goes, yeah, it could be a poltergeist. And Dean's like, no, the movie. And you're like, Dean. And Dean brings up the famous urban legend of, they used real bodies and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
blah,
Dean
blah,
has
blah.
terrible taste in movies, by the way. We find
He
out.
is really, and I love him so much. But again, child left behind.
Yeah, child left behind. Child raised by
VHS tapes that he stole from Blockbuster and Hollywood Video and whatever was running on TV.
Yeah, family, whatever.
And so he's like name dropping, like Critters 3.
So anyway, now they're inside the lot, and the producer, played by Gary Cole, famously Ricky Bobby's dad from Talladega Nights, and an actor named Reagan Barnes, who's kind of a character actor, appears in a lot of things. He plays McG. You know McG, one of the producers of the show and big-time director.
Guy who directed Charlie's Angels.
And Charlie's Angels Full Throttle. Which they make a very good joke of later.
It's very funny.
Anyway, they're talking and they're like, I don't know, just...
Oh, it's the producer guy is like talking to them. This is the first part. The producer guy is like talking to them about the movie and he's like, it needs more color. It's so depressed in here and sad. And they're like, it's a horror movie.
Yeah, they get mad at him. He walks off.
And he's like he looks over at Dean and goes, green shirt. Get me a smoothie from Kraft. And Dean's like, huh? What? And Sam catches on.
He's like, you're a PA, aren't you? And Sam walks over. He's like, yeah, no, he totally is a PA.
We're new.
We'll get those. They walk off and they're like, PAs. And he's like, what's a PA? And he's like, well, he's just kind of like slaves.
Dean goes, what's a PA? And he goes, I think they're kind of like slaves.
Yeah, PAs are very poorly treated. Now, comparing them to slaves is an over-exaggeration.
Yes.
However, PAs are the bottom of the totem pole on a film set.
And the backbone.
Yeah, legitimately, very mistreated people on sets. They deserve better.
Oh, I forgot to mention also that the movie is that Dean's like a fan too of the main actress in this, and I forgot
fan. That's important for later.
Big fan, and I forgot to mention because we were talking about shitty movies. We also have the incredible titles of Fear.com and Ghost Ship, which is a real movie, and I don't know how they managed to, but she's not in it.
And what's the movie called that they're on the set of? What is it?
Hellhaezers to the Reckoning.
Hellhaezers to the Reckoning.
Amen.
Anyway, so we cut, and Dean is carrying 4 smoothies around on a tray. They have just integrated into the crew. He's passing them out. They kind of are snooping for clues, and we find out that Sam finds out, at least he tells Dean, he's like, there was a lot of deaths on this set, like a lot, just various things over many decades.
As you would imagine from this kind of thing. Big old history.
So anyway, they split up again, and they're at Crafty, and Dean loves Crafty. He's like, look, PAs are. He's like, being a PA sucks, but the food they eat, and he like picks up his little Philly cheesesteak.
So many Philly cheesesteaks.
Munches down on it. He's like, "What'd you get?" And he's just chewing on it. Sam looks at him,
Sam's
super annoyed.
Anyways, a bunch of people died here.
Yeah, a guy comes to get the sandwich, and he's like, "They're heavenly. They're amazing. Whatever."
It's so good. Again, I could talk all day about how their childhood made Dean into someone who eats food whenever he sees it because he's used to giving it to Sam.
Yeah.
And then
having to make a box of cereal last for a weekend.
And then there's just Sam, who like his way of coping with that is being really picky and being able to pick what he wants to eat instead of just whatever's there.
Yeah.
Not to bum us out.
I was gonna say, way to bring it down, Brack. That's very sad to think about. Podcast
but anyways,
canceled.
so then Dean, he goes over and talks to Tara Benchley, which is a great fake actress name, by the way.
And so he's kind of talking to her, like, "Hey, are you okay? I know you discovered this thing." And she's like, "Oh, everyone's worried. I'm gonna freak out."
Yeah.
She kind of explains. She's like, "I don't know. He was telling me about this," and they also find out he was just a guy who showed up for the day. He was filling in for the day. And she's like, he kind of asked, like, "Did you know him? Doesn't seem like anybody did." And
she's like, "No, but I take pictures of everybody."
She's like, a way to pass time for her is to take Polaroids of the crew. Flips to the thing, looks at it. Dean takes one look and goes, "Son of a bitch."
And does anyone say "son of a bitch" like him?
Nobody says "son of a bitch" like him. We cut to them knocking on a door, and the old timer grip hand opens it. He's an actor. Which is why I think this opening is actually really fun. Is like, there was no ghost in the opening. They got drawn here. Now, of course, it's supernatural. There's gonna be something,
of course,
but it's very fun that like the studio hired an actor to try to like boost rumors about being able to. The set was haunted when we were making this movie,
and they specifically the actor. I also love that he's in like the most like older like working actor like outfit. He's got like loafers and a Hawaiian shirt.
He's like
to
balding
jazz.
with long hair and a ponytail that's greased back.
And he specifically is like new media. They need it for the movie, which is
you say Dean knocks on the door and he goes, "Hey, you were Desert Soldier number 4
in quote Metal Storm Destruction of Jared Sim." Sin. I think it's Jared Sin, but with a Y.
Oh yeah,
of course with a Y.
Well, the thing I would like to point out about this is he doesn't go, "You were a named." You were Soldier number 4, right? Just random guy. Dean, you secret nerd. I love you. You're crazy.
I know what you are.
So they talk to him, and he's like, gives him a flyer, and he's like, "Come see my show. You get free snacks."
Yeah, come see my show like an hour away. Here's a coupon for a free steak when you come see me do Death of a Salesman for dinner theater.
Yeah, hilarious.
Which is where actors go to die.
Yeah. So we cut back to the set, and the producer is talking to them. He's like, I don't get it. If they're reading from this book, right? We see the actors kind of reading from the book a little bit.
This mustn't read from the book.
Yeah, well, exactly. It's a big leather book in Latin. Anyway, they're talking, and he's like, I just don't get it. How do the demons hear them if they're in hell?
You're like,
he's
okay.
Like, it just doesn't make sense. And he's like, well, he looks at the writer, and he's like, I'll write in an explainer.
Yeah.
He walks off, and he's like, suits, whatever. He walks off. The producer's hanging out.
And then also at this point, the sound guy's hearing like weird, growly sounds like too over his headset. So it's our first actual
first
piece.
Yeah. Well, and then Tara's also reading from the book, and it's like taking forever, and they make a joke about it. Like, why is there so much Latin in this? Why isn't it a smaller incantation? Kind of important for later. Anyway. Producer man is on his little phone. He's got an old piece of technology with a Bluetooth earpiece.
It's only our first of 2 old pieces of technology in this episode, which is the classic like old actual Bluetooth earpiece that people used to have. Do you remember when Bluetooth couldn't just be on anything?
I do.
And you had to buy a specific earpiece? Anyway.
Yeah, anyway, he looks over and he sees this woman who looks like she's got covered in white body paint to look like she's in black and white.
Yeah, very cool.
Messed up face. She has this content little smile.
Yeah.
And she looks very like old Hollywood.
Yeah,
right?
she's got like a ligature mark.
Yeah, very cool. He says,
has McGee seen this?
Has McGee seen this? Which is gonna be in our vernacular forever.
We already said it about 4 times after it was said.
We're gonna look at an ant colony, like something like a fork in the road, and we'll be like, has McGee seen this? Can't wait. Fantastic stuff.
So, and she's also wearing a robe.
She's wearing a robe, and so he walks over and he's like, I love the body paint, but like, I don't know, these neck wounds is not going to show up on camera. It needs to be red.
Yeah.
And so he leans back and she takes off the robe, and he like shuts up because he's a horny man. And then she turns and she starts walking up into the rafters. And he follows.
Very cool and creepy.
Oh, this is very cool.
I love that she doesn't say anything either.
She's just like, look at my ghost body, It's fantastic.
I say that every night, honey. What are you talking about?
I know you do. And then you phase through me. It's very scary.
I love doing... God forbid a girl does anything.
They walk up the thing. They come back, and they're reading from the book, and they're all laughing on set, and it goes on for a long time, and the director finally calls cut, and they all laugh. They're like, why is it so long? Boom. Producer man breaks through the set, hung, flops around. Everyone screams and runs.
So creepy.
It's an amazing death.
I love it.
Yeah, genuinely, I really like that one.
Also, just incredibly and the part that kills me about this too is that his earpiece dramatically falls off on the floor
into
to signify that it is him.
Yeah.
And he is now wearing tiny glasses to show that time has passed.
Yeah.
Like, it makes me laugh.
And somewhere in here, also, they've been standing there by Video Village and hearing all this dumb rewrite shit.
Yeah.
And a writer runs off. His name's Walter.
Yes.
He comes up later. He storms off all furious and angry.
Because they're like, how does salt repel a ghost?
Yes,
and he's like, ugh. And they're like, doesn't
maybe
that seem
shotguns?
Dumb? It's so
like that makes even less sense.
The best is like, I think the writer who took over from Walter is like, if salt doesn't work, do you want another condiment? Like,
yeah. Okay, so yeah, that's when she's talking about, oh, we need to find some salt. I hear it repels, and then she gives up. She's like, can we call cut? The director goes, cut, yeah, and then we cut to Dean in a headset going, that's a cut, people.
So why does he love it? So he loves the job. There's no one who likes being undercover more than Dean.
It's so true. He's either great at it or terrible at it. But then they have that conversation about the condiments, and the writer storms off, and he's all angry. Sam walks up, and we cut to a wider shot of Dean, who has a full kit. He's got the belt, he's got the pouch, all of it. He's fully integrated into the crew. He loves it. It's his calling.
Honestly, he was a great PA.
He was a wonderful
PA. As they say
PA.
later,
he's
you're one
still
hell
eating
of a
snacks.
PA.
He's still eating snacks.
And it looks like a little like crab rangoon egg roll spring
he's having the time of his life.
It looks good.
They start talking and trying to figure out what to do.
And Dean points out, he's like, wait, I have something I want to show you. And he takes him over to the sound guy, right?
Yeah.
And the sound guy is like, yeah, listen to this.
Yeah.
And it's the creepy noises from earlier.
Yeah. Well, also, I love that the one of the producers and the director are like, shouldn't we like call it for a day? He just died on set, and he's like, he was just a suit.
Like, yeah, he's like, who cares? What does he say? He's like, we had a moment of silence.
Yeah, we had a moment of silence at breakfast. Yeah. So anyway, they hear that, they realize, okay, there is a ghost. Dean's like, pretty good. We didn't cut town, right? They go off, and Dean comes in with a DVD into one of the trailers that I'm assuming they just broke into. He puts the DVD in. Sam's like, how'd you get this? And Dean knows all of the drama and all of the people and got one of them to burn him a disc.
He's just like one of the girls.
He really is just like one of the girls. So they start watching this. They're watching the producer fall through the roof, hung, and Sam's like, wait, stop. They rewind and they catch a glimpse of the ghost. And then Dean says, it's just like 3 men and a baby, which confuses Sam.
And he's like, what?
Anyway, so he explains that there was all these rumors they caught a real ghost photography, that kind of thing.
Spirit photography, very cool.
And Sam's like, I know her. I recognize her. And come to find out that in some of the research Sam had done, he had found this actress that was having an affair with a producer, just like this was seemingly happening, setting up. And then she hung herself in the studio lot when it was all discovered and her career was over.
Yeah, he fires her, takes all her money, she kills herself.
Yeah, and so they realize, okay, that's what it is. So they buy a map of the stars, graveyard edition.
Yes.
And they go through the craziest graveyard ever.
I believe it is the Hollywood Forever Cemetery, which is like the big famous, like very, very famous cemetery in LA. Or it's a fake
version of it.
Or a fake version of it. But it's the very, like if like David Lynch is buried there, R.I.P.
Yeah.
But like everybody's, because specifically Dean is like, we should go see Joey Ramone's grave.
Yeah.
Like it's
he's
funny.
having fun, and Sam's like, this is ridiculous. He's annoyed. He thinks that. They find the grave.
Dean says, Yahtzee.
Yeah.
I love the way no one says Yahtzee like him.
Does this work at all? Does this count as a kill?
I don't think this counts as a kill because it doesn't do anything.
So it doesn't do anything, but technically they do kill this ghost. However, I think that ghost might have already been released, so it didn't do anything because the ghost already moved on.
Did she? I don't think she did.
They burn the bones and then they don't show.
She doesn't show her.
Anyway, that's part of the twist later is that, these ghosts are being summoned. It's not a real haunting. So I'm going to say this doesn't count as a kill.
I'm going to agree.
We cut back to the set.
The corpse looks great, by the way. The VFX on the corpse.
Oh, incredible. Great corpse.
Sometimes the corpses don't always look so great in this, but
this was a good corpse.
Good looking corpse.
So then we cut back to the set, and the producer's walking around. He's had some talk with fake McG.
Yeah.
And he's on the phone, and he's like, oh, next time I'm directing this thing. I have no control. He won't listen to anything I say. And he's like, no, I love you, buddy. I'll talk to you later. He hangs up, and he goes, what a dick. All the lights shut off. He's wandering through a dark... He literally goes, he's like, producer, walk in here. Anyway, he's walking through, and he sees somebody in the doorway of the cabin set. And he goes, hey, can you help me out, buddy? And the guy turns around, and it's this incredible head
Crazy.
prosthetic where his head is like split open right here, really deep, blood everywhere, really cool.
Really cool. I don't know how they got quite away with this one.
I know, genuinely super violent. He falls back, the producer falls back, he's scrambling away, and this giant industrial fan with no cover on it, by the way. What's up with it? OSHA, get in here.
Are you telling me those things can actually kill people?
If you went into one, yes. Now, normally they put these big metal grates that keep you from it.
I didn't know that.
They can blow wind up to like 70 miles an hour.
What?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
No, they're designed
This is
to
brand
do
new
this
information.
crazy, like, kick up dust in the desert.
What the hell? This is brand new information.
Sand in the desert. Yeah, that's a real thing, baby.
Well, damn.
There you go, Brecky. You learned something.
Wow. Movie magic.
Movie magic. Anyway, so then he slowly gets sucked in. This effect is a little dated when he goes like, it like blurs out and disappears. It's like an After Effects-y kind of thing. Silly, but the kill is very cool because he gets shredded and blood goes all over like a scrim or a bounce. Yeah, it's chunky and wet. Ooh. We love it.
We haven't had a good chunky kill. We haven't had a good blood splatter in a while.
It
Feels good.
It has been a little bit. Anyway, so that happens, and the next morning.
Or wait. It cuts first to the fake trailer, which is maybe the finest piece of television I've ever seen in my entire life.
A genuinely horrible fake trailer.
And it's so funny. And it's like okay, so first of all, it's like a fake trailer, and it's all footage from the scenes that we've seen them shoot, which makes me laugh even harder that it's like, well, shit, we gotta slap something together. Like, how long have you guys been shooting this, and then you don't have any? Anyways,
well, my other favorite thing is that they use footage from the first season of Supernatural,
because they're specifically like, it's like haunted cornfield and like devil car or something, but they use shots from Scarecrow and Route 666.
Yeah, like the really great shot from Route 666 of the truck. It's fantastic, so funny. They cut back,
and the composer for the fake movie is also the same composer as the show. And then I think there's a couple other repeat credits. It's a good fun little Easter egg.
It's
gag.
a good little gag. They cut to outside. The whole crew is assembled. Fake McGee is telling them, in light of this happening and in support of law enforcement, we're shutting down for a few days, and he gives this rousing speech about how what they would have wanted is for this movie to be seen in theaters across the nation. Very funny. So
and that's what the movie theater is for. Amen.
Amen.
We support the theater here.
Sam and Dean are kind of like looking at each other like, okay, whatever. Everybody kind of disperses. Sam and Dean are kind of skulking about, and they talk about how another crew guy died in the 60s by going into a fan, the guy with the ghost with the split open head.
So we're finding out that these ghosts are killing people the way that they died.
Yeah, seemingly choosing to, but we don't know. And then we cut from there to Sam in another trailer that I'm just assuming they broke into, watching dailies from the shoot. And he's staring at him, and Dean walks in, he goes, hey, any other ghost sightings? He's like, not in the first 6 hours. There's a beat, and he goes, maybe the spirits are trying to shut down the movie because it sucks.
It's so
right? He's
funny.
like, maybe because it sucks, which it does.
It does.
He is not amused by this.
It is Hellraiser's To the Reckoning, lest we forget.
It's cinematic cult classic. I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, it is very much doing an Evil Dead thing.
Yeah.
But
so they're just watching this. They're trying to figure out what's going on, throw out a theory or two, and then all of a sudden Sam stops the thing and he plays it back. He's like, that's a real incantation.
Yes, he says it's a real necromantic summoning ritual.
Yeah, so not good.
Dun, dun, dun.
Very bad. They go and talk to the writer of the film, who then in the midst of this conversation, find out is the second writer of the film. Now I would like to talk about how the villain of this episode is, in fact, a disgruntled screenwriter. But here's the thing. TV is a writer's medium.
Yes.
Movies are not a writer's medium.
No.
Writers are very mistreated in the movie business. Justice for this guy a little bit.
Literally. They took my guy's well-researched script and they gutted her.
Yeah.
What does he say? For cleavage and fart jokes.
Yes.
Which is again, this is very much riffing on what mid-2000s horror was doing and what was like. So, yeah. I mean, we watched House of Wax. We know what it's like.
Yeah. So anyway, they get copies of the original script. Dean comments about how it actually is better. And then they realize, okay, this Walter guy, the screenwriter who stormed off earlier.
Because he was mad that they were like upset about the salt.
Yeah, clearly disgruntled, and he knows his lore, which means he's probably summoning these things, which is not good. So then we cut to the new writer walking through the set, Walter's like, why'd you want to meet here?
Yeah.
Why couldn't we have done this in my office?
Why are we here on this evil curse set?
And he's like, all of my lore was accurate. And then he holds up this really cool bone necklace, this talisman.
Very cool.
And he does the incantation, and all of a sudden, the new screenwriter's attacked by the split open head ghost. And what I love about this, and I kind of wish this was the first kill. This is how they did the first kill. Because the first kill is like the fans sucking him into it. But the ghost grabs his leg and starts walking him towards the fan.
Very creepy.
Like the ghost is just gonna phase through it and walk him into it, which would have been so freaking sick.
It would have been really cool.
So then that happens, and bang, ghost is powdered. Dean runs up in this really cool like hero shot where smoke's coming off of his shotgun. And then they have this confrontation with Walter where they're like, hey, you can't be doing this. Like, you should not mess with these ghosts.
Yeah, it's not a good idea.
It's a bad idea. The screener kind of goes up the catwalk and goes, he's like, look, I have nothing against you guys. Like, go. Still kind of on your side, Walter. And he's yelling about this, and then he does the incantation, and 3 goes, how many people died on this set?
I think they said earlier it's 4 deaths. They said
but still.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
They said 2 suicides and 2 accidentals. And we only get the starlet, the dead starlet who killed herself, who I don't think appears again, does she?
No, she doesn't appear.
And then the head split guy. So there's 2 other people who you're like, now what's your business?
Burning her bones gets rid of her, but it's not like a kill because I only think they're actively ghost whenever he summons them.
I agree.
I don't think they're just haunting the place.
I agree.
Anyway, so then they start this chase ensues where they, have to run away from this guy. They get into the cabin and they can't see any of the ghosts. They don't know what's going on.
And Dean gets a Die Hard quote that you had to remind me is from Die Hard.
Yeah, he's like, let's come out to the coast, have a few laughs. And Breck's like, what is that from? And I was like, it's Die Hard, dude.
I only watched it for the first time
in
last
a theater.
year.
You should have it memorized.
I'm sorry. Bruce Willis, I forget. Bruce Willis and I, actually, he's my birthday twin.
Aw.
Bruce.
Okay, so that happens. Sam pulls out his camera and a second old technology thing.
His Motorola
his
cell phone.
Motorola cell phone. And he's like he's looking around, and all of a sudden he sees the ghost. This effect is so dated. I don't know why
corny.
It looks so bad. The ghost is like, and he runs up and he's like, there, and Dean shoots, blasts away at it. It vanishes. He's like, okay. He's like, you guys get the idea. He hands the screenwriter the phone, and he's like, I'm gonna go stop Walter.
Yeah.
So he goes running off. They blast another ghost. That effect is very silly to me. I also know, I just very heavily noted again, the villain being a screenwriter. Sam talks to him some more, and he's, upset for reasons that I do understand.
Yeah.
However, killing people's crazy about this, but
summoning ghosts to kill people instead of just accepting that your script got gutted. I mean, you know how it is.
Genuinely crazy. Anyway, they're talking to him.
And Sam's like, hand over the necklace.
Yeah, and he throws it and breaks it. And Sam starts backing away. He's like, I wouldn't have done that if I were you. He's like, they didn't want to be here.
Yeah.
Now you're not in control of them.
Mm-hmm.
And so Dean and the other screenwriter burst out. They look, and Walter starts getting mauled. He gets knocked over. Blood starts seeping up from the back of his shirt. And they're watching him get ripped apart. And then the other screenwriter holds up the phone and videos the 3 ghosts just clawing at his back.
So funny. It's spooky, and then it's
yeah,
because he just kind of goes.
It's fun. Yeah, it's a spooky idea, but it's played for laughs. It's
very
genuinely this is a very silly, goofy episode.
It's a very silly, goofy episode. I also think it's really fun because it's again a callback to Meg and the what did they call them? Are they Striga? No, that was a different episode. But whatever. Whenever Meg was doing the shadow monster kills thing, and they turn on her when they're released. I love a good the bite the hand.
Yeah, the Reaper did it too.
The Reaper did too. Thank you. That's the other one I was missing.
I mean, this is the most similar to that. To me,
it's a very common trope in Supernatural.
Yeah.
And I like it. It's fun.
So that's really great. They cut outside, or they cut to the stage again, and the actors in the fake movie are doing the phone thing and blasting it with a shotgun. Fake McGee's all excited, and Sam literally looks at you, find out there's an afterlife, and this is what you do with it. He's like, script needed a little jazz, Sam's walking through the back lot.
Because they probably didn't even tell that guy they're using salt bullets.
No. Sam starts walking through the back lot, and Dean comes out of a trailer, putting his jacket on, kind of out of breath, and then Tara walks out in a bathrobe. He sealed the deal in a movie studio lot.
With the movie star.
With the movie star.
Just from being Dean.
Crazy behavior. They walk off into the sunset.
A fake sunset.
A fake sunset. Well, thank you. Fake sunset. It's a backdrop that they like turn and then they walk off. It's a wonderful ending. I genuinely love
La
it.
La Land.
Anything we missed? I mean, we kind of breezed through some of the stuff in this one. Something we didn't talk about that I want to note is that Dean is kind of, I think, trying to make the beginning fun because he's like, you know what happened with Madison? I didn't know if you wanted some kind of break. And Sam's like, well, I just want to do stuff. To
I want to work
off
through it.
And Dean is quick to get behind that.
Yeah.
Good brother style.
Which is nice. It's a good fun breather after a bummer.
Yeah. Well, and I love movies about like Babylon is a movie I really like. I love movies about movies and movies about making movies and shows about that.
Yes.
The studio's like my favorite thing right now.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's the art form, you know?
Yeah.
And there's, I'm going to get nerdy here. There is a thing like that in poetry called Ars Poetica, and it's a poem about the making of a poem. And so I think it's so fun that every single art form has like
some
the art you make about it, It's fun.
Stephen King,
a
writer writing a book about a writer
every
who's writing a book.
Every single time. Love you, Stephen. You got to find another career.
No. All right, best line?
Does McGee know about this?
It's so good.
Does McGee know about
so
this?
Funny. See, mine's the one at the beginning because it encapsulates my feeling I had the entire episode, which now that's what I'm talking about. The whole episode, that's what I was feeling. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Best kill. This one has good ones. This one has like 3 pretty good kills.
Chunky fan kill.
Chunky fan kill. Okay, mine is different. And I'm torn because I really like the hanging one too. That's a character actor getting thrown through a ceiling, hanging
awesome.
around. And I really like the 3 ghosts mauling him. We'll defer to you, so mark in your journal.
Okay.
So we know. We'll defer to you because I do think the ghost, the fan one, is the most fun.
I think that one mostly just because it's got the creepiest ghost. In my opinion. It's chunky. It's a blood splatter. Like the hanging is a close second. It was
anytime
hard.
they cut to a dedicated shot of blood splatter, it's going to be pretty good.
It makes me feel good.
And we should note, again, no kill this episode. No Sam and Dean kill this episode. So it is still Sam 3, Dean 7.
Yes.
Moving into the end of the season, it's not looking great, Sam.
I'm working on it, okay?
You're working
I'm
on it
going
personally.
back in time.
Yeah, fantastic. You're like, give Sam 1 or 2 of these.
Please.
Season 2, episode 19, Folsom Prison Blues.
Named after the Johnny Cash song, of course.
Of course. Written by John Chabon, directed by Mike Roll. Good episode. This is a really cool one.
Really fun episode.
It gives us some of the most iconic things in Supernatural.
100%.
So anyway, this is...
a jail. It's the county jail. They mention later. Not a prison.
More or less, it's a prison. Though.
Yes.
Like
it is.
It acts as a prison.
Look, it's the Hollywood difference between jail and prison.
Exactly. So it opens in a construction yard... or construction cell block, and they're like, they closed down this cell block just to reopen it. Whoa,
tax dollars at work.
Yeah, exactly. So then a guy's literally like welding a door open, like heat cutting a door open. They burst open this big iron door, important, and they open up and they're like, oh, I'd hate to get locked in here. And then all of a sudden, cold breath, something kind of rushes past in the hallway. Papers go everywhere. They don't know what's going on. We cut to another cell block, an inactive one with inmates. I wrote down his name. Let me find it. Jeff Kober is the actor. He's a character actor who shows up as if he plays Randall.
Okay.
He plays this prisoner who is in the cell reading a book, kind of chuckling, and all of a sudden the lights start flickering, cold breath. He starts screaming and pulling at his cell door, and he's like, please help. Guard watches him. Guard comes over and smacks. He's like, you get in bed and lights out, go to sleep. Reluctantly, he walks over, goes to sleep. The guard walks down the thing. Cell door slams in his arm. He screams,
which we both audibly winced at too.
Yeah,
we both
it was like really painful. It was a good stunt. Screams. He's screaming in pain as whatever's killing him. We don't really see. They hold on to what this ghost looks like for a while. I like it. We push back in on Randall. Supernatural. We're into the episode.
3 months later.
Yeah, the 3 months later thing was a big leap.
Whoa.
Genuinely, they didn't need to do that.
No, it could have very much just been like
2
and they
weeks.
got a call,
Like,
but they have to let it. It's hard to get news out of prison.
Yeah, very true. So, and then this makes me laugh. So they're sneaking through like an anthropology museum,
Literally,
with
the Arkansas
gloves
Museum
on.
of Anthropology.
Yeah, with gloves on, flashlights. Sam's like, I hate this idea, and he's like, it'll work. Dean is not worried about it. They trip a motion sensor. Break open a case, take something, cops show up, they get arrested. And here's the thing. If you're an eagle-eyed viewer of Supernatural,
Of course.
you know they're trying to get caught.
Yes.
Because they never wear gloves. It's like,
They never wear gloves. And if you took this many notes, You know that.
You would know they never wear gloves. They rarely wipe for fingerprints, which...
They mention it about once every 10 episodes so
to,
that you remember that
yeah.
that's what they do in case this is your first episode of Supernatural and are sitting there going,
To
I
give
wonder
them-
how these guys don't get caught all the time.
To give them a little plot armor. Okay, so then we cut to one of the most iconic things in Supernatural, the mugshots. We will inevitably get... the mugshots
We'll get
might
'em up on the
honestly
big board.
become next season's photos.
They might be the big board.
And we might also replace these posters with the mugshot photos for a while.
We might have to.
It would be very fun. We almost did at one point, and we were just like, we were moving, and we were like, I don't know if I want to haul these around and frame them. Anyway, so that happens. They get the mugshot. Dean goes, I call this one Blue Steel, and the cop behind the camera taking the photos like, all right, cool. And they black and white mugshot
So funny.
photos.
He's like, who is better, me or Nolte? And the cop goes, shut up.
Yeah.
Or something along those lines.
It's so
It was
funny.
really funny. And you're like, okay.
So they're getting walked in into an interrogation room, right? That happens first.
Mm-hmm.
So they're in an interrogation room, and Dean's being all cute,
You think you're funny. I think I'm adorable.
which is an amazing line. And Dean, you are adorable.
You
Good.
are
I'm glad that
cutie
you know that.
pie. Mm.
Cop walks in who Dean does not know, but we recognize as Henriksen,
Uh-oh.
the FBI agent who's after
Uh-oh.
them. Dean quickly, he's like, I'm Agent Henriksen, and he goes, not Milwaukee Henriksen, right? That's not. And he's like,
And Dean's like, oh.
yeah. And Dean was making a joke about how he wanted a cheeseburger, and he's like, let's just not do the burger. He's like, oh, cool, yeah, keep that strong bravado going. Essentially, he's just kind of laying into him, like, Sam's now in on this too, and you know all this stuff. He's like, he said, this is the part about this I like, is he's like relishing in this. I love this. This actor's really doing a good job, like chewing scenery. But he essentially is like, all these months of chasing you all over the place for all this different stuff, and they read in the charges, and he goes, and then you're caught by a motion sensor. I'm just kind of surprised.
Yeah.
Right? Kind of taunting him, almost like he's saying he's disappointed in him in a way.
Which is always a fun, in fiction specifically, a fun dynamic is like the cop and the cat and the mouse. The cat and the mouse game. It's always fun.
So then their lawyer, their public defender walks in, who's actually a very good public defender.
Yeah.
Unlike the last one they got when they got arrested earlier
Kim
this
Wexler's
season.
of it all.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Ray Seahorn guest star on Supernatural.
Wouldn't that be the
I just had a vision.
Wouldn't that be the coolest thing in the world?
Watch Pluribus.
Watch Pluribus. Seriously. Anyway, so she walks in, she kicks out the FBI agents, she lays down the thing, she's like, okay, you have you're
fucked.
essentially that's what it comes to. But the thing that made me laugh is she has 5 states are trying to extradite you.
Yeah, and you're like, ooh.
5 states, you guys are in trouble.
Yeah, because it's what? So Milwauke's in, so we've got
Well, she
Wisconsin.
says she's in Milwaukee and another state are the main ones
and
because of the
St.
murder
Louis, so
charges.
where's Missouri, right?
St. Louis, yeah.
I know where things are. I was actually really good at geography. So.
You love to color. Am I wrong?
No.
That's exactly what...
Also, sorry, this is an aside. We find out how Dean takes his burgers, which I feel is a really important
It
piece
is,
of character,
yeah.
is that he gets extra grilled onions.
Yeah.
Does he say grilled? No, he just says extra onions.
Like a man. Like
Yeah.
a genuine, kind-hearted man.
Yeah, of course.
Dean is kind-hearted. I'll stand by that for the rest of my life.
He's a good man.
So then they are on a bus. They're getting out of the bus. They're chained up. They're walking into prison. And Sam is again reiterating that this is a terrible idea. And he's like, how sure are you that we're going to be able to get out of this? Escape. How sure is this escape? And he's like, pretty sure. He's like, you're going to have to do better than pretty sure. He's like, okay, really pretty sure.
It's so
This
funny.
becomes a running theme in the episode. It's very
good.
funny.
Also, when they get off the bus, it's like the very famous going to prison song, which is fun, what is it? Green Onions by Booker T and the Washington.
So
it'll be on the playlist.
They get into their, they get put in their cells.
Also, we're skipping a great Dean line. Don't worry, Sam. I won't trade you for smokes.
Yeah. Very good. They get put in their cells. They're not together. They're across the hall. Dean walks in and he kind of he's like called top bunk, and the guy's like, huh, and slams his stuff down. Sam walks in and the guy stands up, and
I made Spencer laugh really hard saying this because I wondered aloud, how hard was it to find a guy that looks visibly bigger than Jared?
he is. Jared Padalecki is a ginormous human
He's
being.
taller than Spencer. He's 6'4".
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up again. We
only
don't
an
got to talk. We don't got to talk.
It's only an inch, honey. It's okay.
An inch matters. We're leaving that in.
We are.
Anyway, so he looks up. They they look at each other, and the cell door is closed. And Sam is not having a good time,
No.
and Dean's kind of having a great
He's
time.
kind of so then it cuts to that conversation in the hallway of Sam being like,
Yeah.
okay, this might be our dumbest idea ever to get sent to jail on purpose so that we can go.
Well, so exactly, but they bring up 2 things I want to bring up. One, why didn't they just get construction team to have access to all
It's
this.
too hard to get a union job, honey.
I mean, that is true. You're right. But you know what I mean? Like, why did they have
I know,
to get
it's like because we find out that this, I mean, you're watching this, you listen to the episode.
Yeah.
You watch the episode. But we find out that Deacon works at the prison. You're telling me he couldn't just get them a job there?
Well, so that's the twist. But they set up that Deacon saved their dad's life once. They're kind of vague about it, but he's like, we owe him. So he wants this thing gone. We're getting it gone.
Yeah.
Well, which is cool. I love that Dean's very loyal in that way.
And specifically, like, he's like, oh, they're killing thing's killing innocent people. Like, blah.
Yeah.
And this is a rare moment of Sam's, like it's a rare lack of empathy on Sam's part of being like, innocent? These aren't exactly innocent people. And Dean's like, hey, it's not how we talk here. Like, he's like, these are still people who are getting killed by some supernatural, and it's our job to kill them. Like, my pro-prisoner king.
We go where the job takes us, doesn't matter where, which I really like.
King.
So then we're in the cafeteria. They're kind of talking about what they need to do, how they need to figure this out.
Dean's like enjoying the food.
Yeah. Well, they also did some research before, so they kind of believe it's this one guy that died in the cell.
His name is like Mark Moody, and he was like a Satanist who died of a heart attack in his cell or whatever, or so I think.
So they believe a heart attack in his cell. Sam's walking, he bumps into a guy. The guy's like, "Watch out!" And he's like, "Oh, sorry about that. Won't happen." Dean steps in, and he's like, "He said sorry," and so Dean already picks a fight.
Yeah, it's like Dean. Buddy.
And he kicks the guy's ass, admittedly. Yes. The guy has to like stomp on his little toe to stop him.
That guy also gets, of course, in the, you talking to me?
Yeah,
he's talking to me?
You guys seen Taxi Driver one too many times. Fantastic.
Great movie.
So they get beat up. The guards come over, and a guard that we don't know his name and is revealed to be Deacon, and something I find very funny, beats the shit out of Dean.
Yeah.
Takes him to solitary confinement, locks him up. Dean tries to
bond with the guy he was fighting with, Lucas.
Yeah, Dean tries to bond with Lucas. Thank you. And Lucas isn't having it, so he leans back, and all of a sudden Dean breathes in cold air. And he looks out, and something whooshes, or something, like, he can tell something's on. And in Lucas's cell, they do a really great job with this. The really creepy eye effect they have is it like looks through the slat in the metal door where they put the food.
There's something about like a slat in a door or a window with eyes peering through.
But it's just like gross and creepy and really abnormally, like they look bloodshot red, but like vibrant red. Very cool. Lucas jumps back, he turns around, and then inside the cell is the ghost. We only see its eyes again. He starts screaming, kind of this like veiny effect happens on his face. Dean watches helpless from a cell as he gets killed. We cut to the lawyer talking about with Henriksen, talking about how this doesn't seem right, how they don't seem like cut and dry criminals.
She's actually incredibly smart and good at her job.
She is. It's amazing.
She's like, hold on, because here I have...
And empathetic and cool.
And she's like, well, here I have this cop in Baltimore who swears they helped her catch a killer and saved her life, which is, of course, Linda
and then
Blair.
this other person.
And then the bank teller from Night Shifter who it was the shifter, and they're like, Henriksen's like, well, she was crazy.
Yeah.
And you need to let the grown-ups like do their job. And you're like, whoa.
And Henriksen's like ultimate mistake in judging them is he says everywhere they go, people die. When in reality, everywhere people die, they go.
Yes.
That's the distinction. And I think that's really important because
good summation of the show, honey.
They're heroes, right? They are surrounded by death all the time because they're trying to stop it.
Yes.
They're trying to save people by hunting things.
Yes.
The family business.
Many such cases.
But I think that's really important. I really like that his like fundamental misunderstanding of them as people is that issue. Is he's only seeing the death that happens when they're there, not the death that happens before. He's not researching that. It's really good.
And clearly the public defender, and Dean mentions this later too, he's like, if you're as good of a public defender as I think you are, you can tell someone's guilty just by looking at them.
Yeah.
And she clearly is like, something's not right, which, I love. I love a good, like, she knows in and out. She's on the case.
She knows it. She's in and out. She's on the case. Okay, so then Sam is mopping up the shitter, the bathroom with Randall, and he's trying to make small talk, and he realizes, like, wait, Randall, you were in that cell when that guard died, weren't you? Kind of explains what's going on, and he asks him a couple more questions about this other inmate,
Mark Moody.
He's like, were you in that cell when that happened? He's like, oh yeah, no, I had to go into his cell the next day and clean up all the blood.
Yeah, specifically what I like about this too. Also, I love that they start this conversation with Sam's like kind of trying to like bond with him, and he's like, how you doing? And Randall's like, I'm 54 years old and I'm mopping the floor in a shitter with bars on the windows. How do you think?
He said
Sam's
crapper because it's television, but we say shitter
in my
on
heart.
this
I know
show.
What they're saying on this show. Every time Dean says friggin', I know what's coming out of his mouth.
It's like kind of like a Kotsky Bakugo thing for us.
You know
it's
how
like,
it is.
We filter in the swear words.
Yeah, that man is saying fuck. But no, and then Sam's like, because my idiot brother. And Randall's like, I hear that, which
Yeah.
is really funny. I'm giving them too much of an accent. It's Arkansas. But the other part of this that I like is that Sam's like, oh, he had a heart attack, right? And he's like, Randall's like, yeah, he probably had a heart attack after the guards were finished beating his head in.
Yeah, so he had to go clean up all this blood, and they had a hard time getting it all out.
Yes. So it was not just this guy was a Satanist or whatever, and then he died of a heart attack.
Yeah.
Nay, he was killed violently. And we all know how that goes on this show.
Yep. So then we cut to like the next day, and Dean is playing poker in the yard for Smokes and cleaning up to his credit.
He's doing a great job.
The guy gets super mad. The guards he can't fight. He walks off. Sam walks up. He's like, you don't even smoke. And he has this line. He's like, you kidding me? This is the currency of the realm. I love it so much.
He adapts so well.
He really does. Okay, so then they're having another little exchange, and they share information they've gathered, and they realize, okay, so we have to get into that cell and try to burn it. They don't have anything to burn it with. They don't have any accelerant to light it on fire. So...
Also, they mention Escape from Alcatraz and Great Escape here.
I was going to say, here, yeah. Well, then when Dean's in the cell, he's like, I wish I had a baseball. You know, like Steve McQueen and Great Escape, and the guy's like, I wish I had a baseball bat to bash your friggin' head in.
You're like, whoa.
Yeah.
Anyways, again, Raised by TV.
Raised by TV. Hey, The Great Escape's a great movie. They're talking, they exchange these things, and Sam's like, I got an idea. And we cut to not hearing the plan. We cut to them walking, and Dean's like, are you sure about this? I don't. And Sam goes, he's like, pretty sure. He's like, you need to be better, more than pretty. Just like earlier, he goes, okay, really pretty sure. Great running gag.
Dean gets his pasta and goes, I'd like mine al dente.
Yeah, gets his pasta. Dean goes and sits down next to the biggest guy he can find, whose name is Tiny. I really like Tiny.
Tiny's cute.
He's very sweet. He sits down with Tiny and he starts calling him fat. He's like trying to play at his insecurities, which we find he's very insecure. Starts this massive fight. The guards have to get involved. Other people get involved.
Tiny starts fighting the guards.
Yeah, Dean's getting his shit rocked. Sam slips into a vent, crawls in, or slips into the kitchen, grabs salt and some kind of accelerant, slips into a vent and starts crawling like Die Hard style. I loved it. I love when and then he's like climbing down from the vents.
So fun.
Oh, I love it. He gets into the cell. The guards break up the fight, and they're like, if we stepped in even a second later, you'd be dead.
You'd be dead.
He's like thanks, and he hits him. He's like, you shouldn't talk right now. Also, there's that famous shot we didn't talk about earlier where he puts the billy club to his neck, and and then Sam burns he finds the bed in the cell covered in blood. He burns it. They think they're good. Dean gets whisked away to the infirmary because he's been beaten up on. You pointed out that Dean loves to be shoved around by a man.
Which could be nothing.
Which could be nothing.
Which could be nothing. Just so you guys wait until season 4, episode 1, Lazarus Rising.
Yeah. True. Accurate. Anyway, so Dean and Tiny are in the infirmary, and these I really like how this is shot. They're in these cages, and there's this sheet in between them, so we just see the silhouette of Tiny. And Dean apologizes. He's like, "Look, I can't tell you why. I just needed to make you mad."
Yeah, he's like, "I'm sorry," and Tiny's like, "It's okay."
Tiny's very soft spoken, and he's like, "That's okay," you know.
He's like, "I am insecure, and my dad was always picking on me and my brother, and and Dean's like, "Oh," until the day he died, and Dean goes, "Oh yeah, how'd he die?" And Tiny goes, "My brother shot him."
Yeah, and he's like, "Okay." Dean looks over and
sees... In my universe, Sam kills John.
Whoa. You shouldn't want that.
I don't. Look, I don't.
I think you do, but we'll talk about that later. Dean looks over and sees what is clearly a ghost, but not the ghost they thought they were after. Some entirely different ghost. She's a nurse in old nurse's scrubs with crazy hair and the terrifying red eyes.
Yes.
Dean's like, oh no. And he jumps up and Tiny's like, what's going on? And
2 great ghost episodes in a row.
Very true. This ghost phases through the wall, flings Dean against the thing. He grabs the salt from his lunch tray, flings it on her. She can't get in. And all of a sudden, on the other side of the sheet, here's Tiny dying. Ghost, you're on my fucking list now.
Rude.
I liked Tiny.
He was so nice.
He was a wonderful little man. And once again, twice in one episode, Dean is just entirely helpless to help someone.
Which rankles him more than anything else.
Yeah, it's terrible. So then we cut outside and they need more information, and Dean's like, it didn't work. And Sam goes, I called Deacons. We're getting out tonight. Yeah. And he makes it very clear.
Deacon?
What did I say, Deacons?
Deacons.
Oh, sorry. He called
Sir Roger Deakins is actually breaking them out of this jail.
He called Deacon, and they're getting out tonight, period. They make that very clear multiple times here. They go to talk to Randall again. He's like, we better do some quick research. He's like, how we're in prison. They talk to Randall. Dean is very bad at bribing people.
Yes.
Every time he does, he loses more. He gives him a pack of smokes, gets a little tiny piece of information like what's her name, gets a little tiny bit more information, has to give up all of his smokes. He's not happy about it, and he doesn't smoke.
I earned these.
He's like, Dean, you don't smoke. Get over it.
It's so funny because he says the same thing about his money he earns. I think that's
Hustling
back in
pool,
is that book back into the Benders or something? It was a couple episodes where he's like, I earned this money.
Yeah, it was a while back. He's bad at it. I just think we need to ask that question. Is he bad at it? I think the answer is yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
they find out that and Randall's been in and out. He's kind of a career criminal, as they say. And he's been in and out, and he's like, oh yeah, that sounds like this nurse Gluckner?
Whatever. I don't want to even say her name.
She killed Tiny. But she, she was in and out, and he was like, she was the meanest nurse. Like, he was like, what does he say? He's like, she gave me a tetanus shot and damn near put the needle through my arm, which gross.
So then they found out he's like, I'm lucky to get out of there alive. She's killing people.
Yeah, she's a killer nurse. Like he was like, guys would go
comms.
up with a cold and would come out in a body bag. And
she'd do this like hypodermic needle thing to make them die. And then they ask what happened to her.
Well, at first Randall, not yet. Randall doesn't know.
She disappeared.
He's like, well, by the time I came back, she was gone.
Yeah. So then they go walk off, and Sam's like, we have to go. Period. We're done here. And Dean is like, no, we're not. You leave. I'm staying. And they get in this like very small shoving each other. The guards. Well,
first actually, Dean gets to call the
lawyer.
Thank
you. Sorry. Yes.
So the lawyer comes and visits, and he's like trying to talk to her about, and she's like, can we like focus on your case? You're like in big trouble, dude. Like, let's focus. Yeah. And he's like, I need you to understand. This is when they have that kind of really nice conversation about him being like,
yeah,
I know you're a good public defender. I know you can tell if I'm guilty or not. Look at me. And she's like, okay.
Yeah.
So she gets him. So he asks her to go find out like where Glockner was buried and everything. And, but he doesn't know when that information is going to come back. So he goes back out to the yard, and that's when him and Sam have this argument.
They get in this altercation. Don't even know if the information's coming. The guards surround him, pull him out. They're like, I see the usual ways aren't going to work on you. They haul him into the showers, and the head guard, Deacon, sends the other ones away. He smiles. Deacon, you've been beating the crap out of me. He's like, had to make it convincing.
Very fun.
They kind of talk about what they figured out and how they're going to figure out more as they go. And he's like, good. He opens up a vent. He's like, I need this out of, I need this thing out of my prison. They start bickering, and he pulls out a letter. He's like, guys, from your lawyer. And Sam laughs, and they find out where to go.
Yeah.
So they slip in and before
Winchester's in unison, by the way.
Winchester's in unison. We love Winchester's in unison.
We love Winchester's in unison. We love Winchester's getting flung.
And climbing things.
Yes.
Before they climb into the vent, Dean steps back, and he's like, where do you want it? And he's like, right there. And then he's about to punch him. He goes, wait, make it convincing, kid.
Son,
yeah. And then he punches him in the face, and it cuts.
So good.
And it's really very fantastic. But before that, I forget when he hands him the letter, Dean's like, man, I am velvety smooth.
It's so good.
It's so funny.
And he is.
He really is.
And also, so they get out through the vents, and somehow their car is here at the prison. Which
Deacon made sure.
It made me giggle because it was like the concept of escaping from prison and your car is still there. You're incredibly, as we found out 2 episodes ago, they're incredibly conspicuous car.
Yeah. Henriksen's very angry. He's interrogating Deacon, screaming in his face, like, where did they go? Wants every piece of information. Finds out that they saw their lawyer. He's now
drags
talking
her in.
Yeah, he's now talking to the lawyer, and he's like, you need to tell me what happened. He's like, that was a privileged conversation. He's like, oh, too fucking bad.
Yeah. And then Sam has to be like, technically it's not privileged. And I'm like, I think it is privileged.
No, I think once they've broken out, because they could be a danger to other people,
that's
so
true.
It becomes null and void. It would be my assumption.
I work for a law firm.
So anyway, they're digging up the bones. SWAT is rolling up. TV shows used to have lighting.
It was a better time.
Blocking and shadows, because it's all shadowy, it's all smoky. They're digging up. We don't know if they're going to get away. We don't know what's going to happen.
Then we cut to Deacon in the bathroom, and you're like, no, my God.
And Deacon's being attacked by the nurse for breaking the law and letting them out.
She's like, you let them escape.
Yeah, and so she's like, his face is, and they find her. They open up the thing. They salt it. They gas it. And very important, Sam drops it. Technically, they both did this, but Sam, you got the final kill, and that's how we're counting it.
Yeah, that is.
Sam got the kill, so it is now Sam 4, Dean 7. Sam, you have a chance here.
Good
You have
job,
a fighting
honey.
chance,
This
bud.
is our this is adopted as standard practices going forward. Whoever drops the match, if they're both burning the bones together.
Thus far, that has been the standard practice, but if they're both digging up the bones and it does work, it's whoever drops the match.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That if now going forward, it's established.
And we find out, they burn the bones, and Henriksen and the SWAT guys get to the end of the graveyard, and they're looking around. They're like, is this not where she said? And he's like, this is where she said.
Mountainside Cemetery.
And they're at like Green Hill Cemetery.
Yeah, so...
And it cuts to the shot of the lawyer getting in her car, and she got this cheeky little smile on her face. She's all excited. They get back to the thing, and they're like, we're really like super screwed now. Like we have to wait.
Yeah, we're like fucked.
Yeah, they're like, we have to go very deep now. And Sam's like, we have to go to Yemen to hide.
Dean's like, I'm not ready for that.
He's like, we're not that bad. They get in the car, they drive away. End of episode.
Yeah.
Very cool episode. Very fun setting.
Great Alice in Chains needle drop. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah, this was just a good, solid, great time.
Yeah, these were 2 really fun episodes.
Yeah, definitely. Like this one has more to do like plot wise with the like, I guess the human threat, not so much the yellow-eyed demon threat, which I believe is like the next stretch we're about to get into. Because the dangling things we still have is like, what does the yellow-eyed demon ultimately want? We know he was trying to build an army of some kind. What happened to, what's her name? Ava? Is that her name?
Yes.
Where's Ava?
Where is she?
But so this one kind of continues the FBI's after them thing. That we got a great. They found a fun way to do a prison episode. They found a fun mystery in a prison. It holds up pretty well for the most part. Anyway, anything else we missed here?
No, really enjoyed these 2 episodes.
We will replace these next season with the mug shots.
Yeah, we'll have fun.
For some reason, I thought this episode was in season 3, and it was this season, so I was wrong. Anyway, solid, fun episode, good times. But what is your best line?
I think I'm adorable.
It's mine too. I love when Dean gets cocky,
and he deserves it.
What's the one in the Linda Blair episode where
it's like, my name is Dean Winchester. I'm an Aquarius. I love long walks on the beach and frisky women.
Yeah, it's like my favorite thing is when he gets to just be
like,
a smart
Dean,
ass.
We're in an interrogation room, buddy.
Yeah. Best kill.
Tiny, in my opinion. What do you got?
Oh shoot, Tiny's really good.
Because I'm freaked out by like her going after Dean and then seeing the silhouette and everything.
That is very true. I put the solitary confinement one just because it's scarier to me.
With Lucas.
Yeah, solely because you just see the eyes. There's that really great creepy moment.
Yeah.
But I don't have a hard and fast. Like if you really think it's the tiny one's definitely sadder. I like Tiny more. So,
but I think it's cool. But I think you're right that it's creepier for just seeing the eyes and hearing it, and then the kind of build up to that.
Like these are both, they're pretty interchangeable. However, we like Tiny more, so I don't know if that's a factor.
What do you think?
I don't know. I don't have a hard and fast. I'm gonna leave this one to you. They're the same kill.
More
ultimately.
Should we flip a coin?
No. You have to decide.
I hate deciding.
We'll go with your instinct. Let's go with Tiny. Mark it down.
Okay. Wow, I got to win
We're bad about keeping track of what wins best kill. So at the end of the thing, we always have to go back through the episodes and find them.
And this season, it won't just be Mary's kill from the beginning.
This one is a bit more varied, a bit harder to pick. Anyway, these are 2 really cool episodes. I really enjoyed these.
I had a lot of fun with these. These are 2 pretty classic ones. I also think it's fun that they go back to Hollywood later. Like in season 7, we're gonna get the French Mistake, which is an iconic.
Yeah.
So, all right, take us away. What are our next episodes?
Okay, so you have 1 week to watch 2 episodes of television, and those episodes are season 2, episode 20, What Is and What Should Never Be.
Great Led Zeppelin song.
And season 2, episode 21, All Hell Breaks Loose, part 1. Now you may be asking, why are we splitting up a part 1 of 2?
Mm-hmm.
We talked about this a lot, and we want the last episode to give us a little bit more time to kind of talk about our immediate feelings, and then that way we can go into the broader feelings on the season and the last thing. So, plus it'll be fun. You have to wait 1 week. I think
it'll be fun. It's like when it aired.
They came out 1 week apart.
Come on.
So those are your night. That's your.
You miss it.
You miss it. You really do. Is Stranger Things really fulfilling? Will be completely over by the time this airs.
You're gonna get us canceled, dude.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. That's over now. But you have 1 week to watch those episodes, and between now and then, you know what you have to do. You got to get your journal. Got to hit the road. Got to watch some TV. But remember, you know what's out there. Be afraid of the dark.